is up, everybody? I am Simone.
And I'm Macy.
And welcome back to I Was Thinking. Yay! It's been it's a very long time. We're already having technical difficulties as it is.
I mean, that's per usual. So to think that we almost got away without having a technical issue the first go around is just silly.
You would think after almost doing this for 2 years, Macy, your 2 years is coming up soon, that we wouldn't still have these problems.
I don't think it's us. I think it's just technology.
Technology hates us.
Mm-hmm. Or just technology is inconsistent. So.
That too. But yeah, as I stated last time I recorded with Nafis, we're also busy now, so this is just going to come out whenever they can come out. We will try our best. I definitely did not stick to the bi-weekly schedule, but hey guys, you'll still get episodes. Thank you for sticking around, our loyal 5 listeners. Thank you so much. Truly, this is why we still do this. So, but yeah, Macy just moved. Nafis just started school. I don't know when the next time all 3 of us will be able to record. I'm gonna just be honest. I feel like this is gonna turn to a thing where it's just gonna be like me and you and me and her.
Yeah.
So
I don't think our days off align at all. So
no. Well, mine either, because I still work during the week and at least one weekend. The one weekend you're off, I have to work.
I know. The fact that you work Sundays kind of throws. Because if we all had Sunday off, because her being a teacher, I'm sure she has Sundays off.
Yeah, the weekends. So who knows? If I get another job, maybe, because I'm still miserable and I hate my job. Pays more than the last one, but still.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Well, I'm okay with my job. Things are really slow right now, so I'm not making a ton of money. And I have a puppy, which is basically like having a toddler. So between all her doctor's appointments and she's a dog that needs to be groomed, which I've never really had. So I am a groomer, obviously, so I'm doing it myself. But there's a lot of upkeep with that. I swear I bathe her and do her hair like every 2 weeks. So she's high maintenance.
That is high maintenance. Bella's lucky if she gets a haircut once a month. And that's also just because from us being lazy.
Yeah, I think it's because she's a poodle and she just grown. So you might hear that in the mic. But her feet and her face, I keep super, super short, like all the time. And that hair grows pretty fast. So I'm constantly like getting it and keeping it out of her ears and her eyes. So
gotcha.
It's fun for me. And that's what I wanted. So it's working out. It's keeping me busy.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. Anything else before we get started? Got a new dog. Her name's Mavis. I call her First Master Mavis. If anyone knows that reference, you know. So
nope, that's pretty much been my life, my pets and my work. So
yeah, same here. Just work, go to work, come back, go to sleep. What has been happening in pop culture lately? I know we don't normally talk about pop culture, and I'm not going to, because I'm going to be honest, a lot of it's been dumb, and I'm at the point where it's just like, I just need y'all to leave people alone. If you know, you know, because it's like multiple things at once, but just leave people alone. I don't care who is dating who. Leave people's bodies alone and like talking about them. You know, anti-blackness and racism has just been showing her ass, but what else is new? And I just need y'all to leave people alone. Still going through pandemics.
Basically, the world's on fire.
And at least in the US, I don't know where everyone else, there's at least now 3 major cities that are going through water crisis right now.
Wow.
Yeah, Jackson, Mississippi. I think I saw the other day Baltimore, and I'm pretty sure Flint, Michigan still don't have clean water. But at least those 2 cities I mentioned first are now under water crisis, where it's not safe for them to consume the water, where they being told to boil it first.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was kind of joking when I said the world was on fire, but I meant it.
You know, again, global warming is a thing, but the world is on fire. Fire and flooding.
Goodness. And y'all are worried about who's dating who.
You know what? I'm not religious and I might cut this out, but like, we go back onto our
Hey, this always happens with us. We got to be really depressing first, and then we'll get into the fun stuff.
But, like, we're also realistic people. Like, come on. I feel like we also do this to spread awareness because it's real life stuff we just can't get away from as much as we try. Like, I know there are some people, I give them props. Maybe they've been doing it for years or it's easier for them to just, like, not bring up the world ending and just go straight into the entertainment. But, hey, if you've been listening to us for a while, you know what you're getting into. But now into the entertainment. Me and Macy are back. If you've read the title with another, you guess my favorite song. And this time we are doing our first solo artist, Eric Nam. And I don't consider him a K-pop artist anymore. I feel like he hasn't been since 2019.
No, it's like K-pop in the regard that he's a Korean artist that sings in Korean and English, but not like K-pop, I would say.
Yeah, and even now I feel like he's starting to sing more in English, which is his native language anyway. So just artist. I just feel like we can categorize him now as just an artist. So, yeah.
I don't feel confident about this one more than I've not felt confident about any of the games we've played.
Macy, I've told you 1,000 times, we're just going to start renaming this game we play, Listen to Simone Blues.
Oh my gosh, no, I don't know about this one because it's like, I get stuck up on like things that you'll say one little thing about a song and I'm like, that's her favorite. And I'm always wrong.
Okay, listen, because we're going to do another like group later on. And I did the same for one album and I was like, damn it, wait, this might not be your favorite anymore. And I'm not changing anything at this point. If I put it down, if I don't change it, like, that time frame, it's whatever. So it's the same with this. I'm like, I have no idea.
Right. Eric Nam, he's got a very distinct style.
Yes.
But he has some really like more emotional songs, and then he has some like funny songs, and I wasn't sure where to put you. And like I put both of that stuff on your list, but I had no idea what to put for number one. So but I'm just as confident that you won't get my number one.
Oh no, Macy, I already know for a fact I will not. I'm praying. I'm not even going to be upset like with the Blackpink. I'm just praying one of these songs is on your list.
I think you'll get some of them. I think one of them's kind of obvious because we've talked about it. But
oh dear God, don't tell me that because now I don't know. And you texted me the other day, you're like, don't overthink it. And I'm like, Macy, you shouldn't have told me that. Now I'm definitely overthinking it.
Yeah, no, I don't think you would have gotten my number one no matter what advice I gave you because I have not talked about it at all. And there's a very specific reason why it's my favorite.
God damn it.
That I haven't talked about.
Well, I hope it's at least on your list.
Yeah, we'll see.
See, this is why, okay, tell me now, this is why I asked you earlier, are more of your songs leaning towards after 2018, or do you have some songs before that sprinkled in there, like it's early work?
I think I have two songs that are before 2018. So one in 2016 and one in 2013.
No.
But the rest of them are 18 and newer.
Nah, I already know. I'm damn it. Because, like, the reason we are doing song by song, so for his, we are doing top 10 instead of going by album because his EPs aren't really long enough for us to do like top 5. And he has more singles than like EPs or albums. So that's why we said that. But as I was going through and listening to them, like, he has a lot of singles.
Yeah, I will say that I don't think I have any singles on my list.
So they're all from albums or EPs? Oh, damn it!
I didn't do any, I don't think I did any featured songs either, like collabs with anybody.
I think we said, wait.
I thought we said we weren't going to do that, but...
We did, but we said if there's a feature...
If it's his song featuring somebody else, we could do it, but I don't think I ended up putting any of those on my list.
Okay.
I don't think, unless I'm wrong, but
I don't know either. Like if it's his song and there's a feature, we counted it. But if he's featured on somebody, we didn't.
Exactly.
Just making sure I got it right still, because I'm like...
Yeah, I know. You were right the first time. I'm just saying I don't think I even put any of those
Gotcha, on your list. Let's get into some Eric Nam. So Macy, how did you, before I start getting into facts, and real quick, because I know me and Macy get a lot of our like facts from like those little K-pop profiles. Since Eric doesn't have one, a lot of my stuff when I was looking up, I just had to go on Wikipedia, and we all know how Wikipedia is. So it just takes certain stuff I say with a grain of salt. Even I was questioning some stuff. I didn't write it down. But yeah, honestly, if you enjoy like our program or this, not programming, dear Lord, we haven't recorded in so long. If you enjoyed this episode and you're not a fan of Eric Nam and you want to learn more about him, I would highly suggest certain things I'm going to bring up. You go and like research yourself, especially some podcasts he's done or been interviewed for, because he basically tells his life story on his own a lot. So you would find more information on him from him, like directly than us. And he's very funny. So he's very open about a lot of stuff, like how he moved to Korea, got his start and all that. So again, I'll bring up it more once I start talking about the facts, but still. Yeah. So back to my question, Macy.
You didn't ask it.
I did ask you a question.
You started to.
Did I not finish?
You didn't finish it.
Oh dear Lord! How did you get it to Eric Nam?
Okay, yeah, you started to like, you're like, how did you? And then you didn't finish.
And then I went on my tangent.
How did I what?
Dear Lord, I might need to get checked for like ADHD or something.
So I don't actually remember, because I feel like I just realized that I liked some of his songs, but I remember the time that you went and saw him the first time, and then you were like, oh, I went
before the world initially ended.
Yes, I went to go see this person. I'm like, oh, I love Eric Nam. And you're like, I didn't know you liked Eric Nam. So like, I know it was before that, but I don't remember exactly what song or how I got into him. And then more recently, I wouldn't say like a year or two ago, I kept seeing like in the last like 2 years, I saw a lot of TikToks of him on stage talking and being really funny, and that's what made me like want to go deeper into him as a person and want to see him live. So, but I've been listening to his songs since before the pandemic, so at least 3 or 4 years at this point, I think. But I can't tell you which song specifically got me into him.
Gotcha. Well, I feel like with a lot of stuff, like my introduction when I was getting into K-pop, of course, when I was going on YouTube and just looking up a bunch of BTS videos, I came across a lot of the clips when Eric used to be on, what is it called? I have it written down. Is it After School Club? Mm-hmm. Yes. And I watched the ones where BTS were on. And I was like, oh, this host is funny. And I didn't know anything about him first. So I was like, his English is very good, because I didn't know he was from America. And then I know when I was still getting into K-pop, and it was around the time, early 2019, I was like, okay, maybe I should wane off of the BTS music, see if I like any other like songs or just artists just for myself, or if I'm just going to stick with BTS. I came across one of his songs that I'm not going to name because it's on my list, so I'm not going to give that away right now. And I saw this name. I'm like, why does this name sound familiar? And I really like the song, so I downloaded that. And then when I was still watching clips, I'm like, oh, that's why. That's the guy who was interviewing. Like, I don't remember what I was watching that made it click that was him, like Eric Nam, like that was his song. And then I was the same guy interviewing them. But I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I think probably a little bit later, because he just, at that part, the algorithm, he just started coming up on my feed. So I listened to some of his songs. And I think I really became like a fan when he started doing his podcast, K-pop Daebak with Eric Nam. And that's when I really took like a deep dive into like his music and stuff. So that was all around like 2019. And then, of course, since I was following him, I was like, oh my God, you're like the first artist who like is coming to Florida. Because like for some reason they like to pretend Florida Doesn't exist. So when I saw that, and like I was going to college at the time, so it was around an area I could easily drive through. It was only like 20 minutes away. And I was like, oh, I can make this. I know where this is. So I went. And then, of course, you know, it's my last concert before the world ended. Like I didn't have to travel to like New York or anything.
Yeah, right. That was so fun, though.
It was still fun. I miss it. LA was fun too. But yeah, that's my journey of finding
Yeah,
Eric.
I feel like at some point it could have been like an OST from a drama or something, but I swear I had his songs or songs that he was featured on my playlist before I even realized who he was. And I was like, oh, I already like have heard him sing, and then I got more into it. But I don't know what initially made me download a song.
I know. So. Plus, too, when he's interviewed a lot of other like K-pop artists that I listen to, so that's another reason how it was easier to always see him popping up.
Right. I always liked seeing a lot of the interactions I saw on TikTok too, where him and is it Amber Rose? I think that's her name.
It's just Amber. It's not Amber Rose. Is someone completely different.
Where did I get that from? Just Amber?
Her name is Amber. Amber Rose is someone completely different. Amber Rose is, you know what? I don't even know what she does, but that's a black woman who used to date Kanye and has a child with Wiz Khalifa.
Okay, well, I don't know where that came from. But
I don't know
Amber,
either. You're talking about Amber from FX.
Yeah. But like my favorite meme of him is they're like, I don't know what they're doing. They're eating like watermelon. And she's like telling her dog.
That's a really popular video, I think, that went viral.
It's like, your dog speaks Chinese?
Yes, that one. And he brings that up a lot, too. Mm-hmm. I've seen that clip, too.
He's effortlessly funny, and I love that in a person. So it's very charismatic. And when we saw him in person, he was just as funny and charismatic. So it's real. He's not edited to seem funnier. Oh
my God. I don't think you could fake that. He's also funny in like a dorky way, but he like embraces the dorkiness. Mm-hmm. So
I appeal to that because I feel like I'm an awkward type of funny. I'm not traditionally funny. So
we can relate to that on a lot of levels. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's get into some facts before we horribly guess each other's favorite songs by Eric Nam, shall we? So, to begin, like we stated a little bit earlier, Eric Nam is a Korean-American singer, and he is from Atlanta, Georgia. So, that's something you both got in common, right? You're both from Georgia. Even though you didn't.
Yeah. We were born very close to each other.
Yes, so he was born November 17th, 1988. And if anyone cares about astrology and star signs, that makes him a Scorpio. And I don't know if that's a good thing or not, because I don't usually hear good things about Scorpios. But hey, yeah. And like Eric doesn't look his age, because I remember when I was first getting into him, I didn't realize he was much older.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of a baby face, but that's a good thing. He'll stay young for longer.
Exactly. He'll be in his 50s looking like 30. So, hey, that's a win-win situation. So he is not an only child. He actually has two brothers, and they're also in the entertainment industry. I know if people are fans of Eric, they know his brothers for sure. Like, I know his, not on a personal level. You all know what I mean. But Eric is the oldest out of them. So the middle child... Why did I say child? These are a grown man. Yes, the middle I'm just going to keep it. Middle brother. There you go, Macy. Thank you. His name is Eddie Nam. So I didn't know I know he worked for this place, but I didn't know he was the founder and CEO of EN Management. So they're a management company. So now they actually manage Eric. They manage Epic High. Tableau was listed separately from Epic High. He's in Epic High, but I'm assuming they also manage Tableau, like if he does like any solo work. And then it just said a variety of music producers and songwriters. he is also actually married. I think he's the only one out of the brothers who's married. And his wife is actually pregnant with their first child. So Eric's going to be an uncle soon.
Oh, he's going to be the best dorky uncle ever.
Right? He already claims he's an uncle because Eddie also has like a lab. I think his name is Rocky. They always post pictures. He's so cute. But yeah, he'll be an uncle to a human very soon.
Right.
And then their youngest out of the brothers his name is Brian Nam. So he is the co-founder and CEO of Dive Studios that Eric also helped create, which I will talk about Dive Studios a little bit later. But I'm sure also if you've been listening to us for a while, you've heard me bring up Dive Studios a lot when I talk about Eric. So yeah, just a little family knowledge there. So this is where I start questioning Wikipedia because I can't remember sometimes if like he has said this or not. So the first thing about like his early life, it says he graduated from Boston College in 2011. Now I know he's talked about going to Boston College a lot, but I couldn't remember if he actually graduated or not and got a degree. I have no idea either. I'm sure he did, but just to be on the safe side, he went to Boston College. And I do know for a fact, because he's talked about this, he accepted a position as a business analyst. I cannot pronounce this place's name in New York before he went to Korea. So he almost became like a Wall Street type person.
Mm-hmm.
And he's talked about that a lot on his own, like on podcasts and interviews, how like he kind of went that route because, you know, it's this stereotypical East Asian tradition of like, you know, you're going to either be businessman or doctor, and that's it. You can't really do anything else. Like anything in the arts, what? You're throwing your life away. So that's just you know, I can relate to that a lot as being a minority in America. So, like I said, during his time in college, and I don't know if he was posting videos only in college or before, but posted a lot of like singing covers on YouTube. That was like way back when like a lot of people were doing that, you know, when before you can make money off YouTube.
Yeah.
Like around like Justin Bieber, because like Justin Bieber got discovered off YouTube a lot earlier, but you see what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And through these covers, it attracted MBC, which is a South Korean broadcasting company. And they actually reached out to him to be on this program called Star Audition, Birth of a Great Star 2. So that's when he delayed his like position at the job he was going to get at a consulting firm, because he's like, you know, I will go to South Korea. I'll try the singing thing. If it doesn't work, you know, I'll come back. The job is still kind of waiting for me at that time. I mean, we all obviously see how that turned out, which is great for him. But still, that was the plan. At least he had something to fall back on.
Yeah.
Now, of course, around this time, I was not a like K-pop fan or into like Korean media, so I was not aware of this show. And it didn't say where he placed, but obviously he was high enough to be signed as a solo artist with a company called B2M Entertainment in 2012. Y'all, you're going to have to excuse me, y'all. Like I said, it's been a while since we recorded, so I'm a little discombobulated. So on January 2013, he debuted with his first EP called Cloud9, and the lead single was called Heaven Door. And that same year is when he became a co-host for the show I talked about earlier, After School Club, which is what I was using a lot to watch a lot of like BTS videos, because the only thing I remember from that is when RM was talking about how Jungkook woke them up in the middle of the night because he was vacuuming fruit flies. So
sounds about right.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And then he left that show in 2016 to focus on his music. So the show helped him become the go-to person in Korea as well, to do a lot of interviews and variety shows with a lot of famous Korean entertainers. And that show, I think, was kind of like a way to connect international fans outside of Korea. with like the guests they brought on, mostly K-pop, stars, especially big ones around that time. I don't really remember. I would have to like actually find a full clip to figure out the premise of the show, but I know it was mostly geared towards a lot of international fans.
Mhm.
So, okay, so that in December of 2015, he signed an exclusive contract with C&J Entertainment. And in parentheses, I just wrote the Disney of South Korea because they're a big like entertainment company. So that's how I kind of see them, as like the Disney of over there. Disney is its own entity and like empire, but still,
Mhm.
if you need to compare it to something, or maybe like the Universal. Nah, I would still say Disney. Because you can't count Samsung because they're not an entertainment company. They're the technical company.
Mhm.
Anyway. And then he released a second EP, Interview, with the lead Signal. Why do I keep saying Signal? Single, Good For You, on March 24, 2016. That same month, he also took part in SM Entertainment's digital music channel, SM Station, and he released a duet, Spring Love, with Red Velvet's Wendy at the time. And then I guess in that same year, later the month, there was this really popular show that I've heard about called We Got Married, where they would take like idols and actors, I believe, and like couple them up and pretend like they basically got married. So like a reality show.
Right. I've seen a couple clips from that.
Okay, he was on that with Mamamoo Solar as his partner. And I do remember on his podcast, he did briefly brought that up. And I'm assuming, because you know how, I don't know how it was back then. I feel like it got worse, how K-pop fans are like, if they see idols of the opposite sex even stand next to each other in the same room, they go ballistic. So I'm assuming he got a lot of hate for that.
Mm-hmm.
Which is sad, but...
Yeah. I don't understand. I never have. I never will.
I know. And like you said, we never will.
Mm-mm. I don't even want to because it's silly. Not even going to attempt to understand.
Yeah. I hope it gets better, but we still got a long way to go. So, anyway... So he became the host of an Mnet talk show called Yang and Nam Show, along with comedian Yang Se-hyung in November 2016. I would have had to do more research on that, but that's just what the Wikipedia said, guys. So I know nothing about the show. And additionally, he premiered his collaboration with producer Timbaland. It's called Body. And I guess he performed that in the Mnet Asian Music Awards, which is also called Mama, in 2016. So in 2017, Eric collabed with singer Gallant and rapper Tableau from Epic High on a song called Cave Me In. I like that song. The song premiered worldwide on Beats One Radio and trended globally on YouTube and Facebook for over 72 hours after its release. And then in 2018, during the Winter Olympics in South Korea, he was named an honorary ambassador. So he appeared on the primetime Olympic broadcast of American Television Network, NBC. And then he also, I guess, during that time gave like in-depth look into K-pop and just basically explained the music there and all that. So he was the bridge, since he is from America and is in Korea, to try to explain what K-pop's about, even though, you know, we know from today they still don't care. Here, at least. American broadcasting shows, I meant. Like, they'll use it for the views, but, like, it's all stereotypical. You know what? I'm not going to get into it, so let me move on. So, on April 11, 2018, Eric released his third EP called Honestly. The lead singles... I said it right this time, are Honestly and Potion, featuring Woody Gochild. And the whole EP itself was actually released. Oh, yeah, the singles itself was released on April 9th. I messed up my notes. So the two singles were released a couple days before the actual EP. And this one was a little bit different than his normal releases because it leaned more into like a synth electro pop. That's what it said on my information, while also including some dancehall and reggaeton influences. And honestly, I think even when I was going through songs to pick for both our lists, I think that one really is a lot different than any of his music before and after. So, and I think that's when he really did start leaning more towards the like electronical pop sound, like pop music sound. Cause even before, like his music, it was like poppy, but you can tell it was geared towards the Korean market, if that makes sense. Like poppy songs you would hear in a bunch of K dramas. So, and then a couple songwriters that were listed that helped him with this EP were people like Brian Lee, Tableau, and Jake Torrey. I also thought this was cute since we're both BTS fans. It said that Eric Nam stated that like the members of BTS helped him provide with like feedback on this one when he was creating the record. Honestly, just knowing, I have a feeling it was probably either Suga or RM or both of them that really helped. I know he's friends. I think he's friends with all of them.
Yeah.
He's talked about hanging out with Suga and RM a lot, and I know before COVID he went to a concert with Jimin. So at least those three I know he talks to. And then honestly, the EP itself debuted at number 6 on the Billboard World Albums chart. And then in June of 2016, that's when he actually went on. I don't know if that would be not. I said 2016. I meant 2018. He went on an Honestly tour, which encompassed 15 shows in 14 cities across North America. I don't know if that's actually his like very first ever tour or not. But that's the first time it's mentioned a tour. So I think that was actually his first EP where he was able to tour. And then, and then I thought this fact was interesting. On July 21st of 2018, he was the only Korean act to perform at We The Fest in Indonesia. That sounds weird when I say it. I hope I actually wrote that festival correctly. I feel like I missed some words. No, I think it's called We The Fest. Okay. We're going to go with that. Okay, so on May 8th of 2019, Eric released a digital single called Runaway. On April 17th, he debuted his weekly podcast show, K-Pop Daebak with Eric Nam. So this show was named New and Noteworthy and Best Listens of 2019 by Apple Podcasts, as well as Top 10 Music Podcast by Spotify in the same year. So it was, if you listen to like the very first like 2 episodes, I think this is when podcasts really started to like kind of take off. So you could tell it was just like him, his brother Brian, and their one friend who is a producer. I don't know if she still is or not. And I think her name was Diane. And you could tell they were just like, oh, what should we talk about? Let's just, goofing around and all that. And then they really kind of from there built a whole brand, honestly, which is actually kind of amazing. From just like the first couple episodes, they kept going. That's how it starts, guys. Hopefully we can be like that, Macy, if we break out of our shyness. Consistency, I'm not sure. Well, hey, we'll see. You have faith in us? Okay, that silence tell me no, so we're going to keep moving.
Faith. I'm holding my fingers up. It's very little.
I can't see it because I have another window blocking, but it's fine. It's fine. Anyway, so K-Pop Daebak basically grew, blossomed. I'm sure it helped that he was already well-known like artist, but it led to the creation of some other shows that I wrote down. So there was another one that he did himself called I Think You're Dope, which he got a couple of like people in entertainment and just like interviewed them. He doesn't do that one anymore. He doesn't do K-Pop Daebak anymore either, but that one was a little bit more short-lived than K-Pop Daebak. But there was also Get Real that I've talked about before with Ashley Peniel and BM. What Would Jamie Do with Jim and Ex Jamie, the singer, the Tableau show with Tableau from Epic High, Commit or Quit that he did with his brothers for a little bit, where they would watch like the first 2 episodes of a TV show and talk about it, and if they were going to commit to finish watching the show or quit it. I actually really like that one. I kind of hope they bring that back, even if they're with other hosts. How Did I Get Here with Jay, who is not in Day 6 anymore, and the soloist Alexa. And now they have a separate app called Mindset where they get a bunch of like singers and mostly idols for now on there. And they basically talk about like the industry, how they navigated through it. I know a lot of them bring up like their mental health, which I think Mindset is kind of geared to be a like not a wellness app, but something along those lines. And it is kind of nice to like see people that like, you know, you look up to and they talk about like their struggles as well to see if you can relate to them and you like find out, wow, they are still human, guys. Just trying to survive in this world. So I think that's really nice. That is a paid platform, just to let you know. And I know some people, like we mentioned, Eric, BM, Tableau. Who else has a Mindset that I know of? I know that one girl from G-Idol, the rapper, has a Mindset on there. They just got Vernon from 17 on there. So they're getting a lot of big names on. I'm sure there's plenty more. But just to name a few, just so you can get an idea of like certain people they've already recruited. And out of all of those shows I mentioned on the podcasting platforms, the only one that survived and is actually still going is Get Real. So now they have Ashley Peniel. BM's not on it anymore because he's focusing, you know, being in Card and his own solo music. So now they have another singer. His name is Junie. And sometimes the rapper PH1 comes in and out. I know last year he was the host for a little bit, but now that they brought it back for season 3, it's Ashley Peniel and Junie. So... Okay. And Peniel is from B2B. I forgot to mention that.
I love him.
And Ashley is from a former group called Ladies Code.
I've heard of that.
Yes.
B2B is one of the funniest K-pop groups in history.
Yes, so and I know you got into them through Kingdom. I'd known about them for a little bit.
Yeah, I'd always, like, I knew that they were, like, one of the older, like, OG groups, but...
Like second gen?
Yeah. So not, like, old, but definitely.
I mean, K-pop's really not that old still. People forget it's created the 90s. It's really not that old, even though you know what, again, I'm gonna move on. Yeah. Not everyone past the age of 30 are in the grave, just to let you know. Right. We continue. So on November 14th, 2019, Eric released his first all-English album called Before We Begin, which I believe he said marked a new sound in his transition from a K-pop star to a global pop singer-songwriter. Because he also said in an interview with Highs Nobody, oh dear Lord, I can't read, that he felt much more expressive in English, which makes sense because, like I said, this is his first language. So I feel like you're going to be able to express your feelings more in your first language than your secondary, is what I heard, I think. I don't know. Everyone's different. Since he believed that his previous process of translating English lyrics to Korean causes music to lose so much of the sentiment and I'm sure some of the meaning that he was trying to convey. So, yes. And on January 9th of 2020, he embarked on his first official world tour, the Before We Begin world tour. So the tour was set to visit 34 cities across Asia, North America, Latin America. But as we all know, COVID happened. So we had to cancel that. His last 2 shows in Los Angeles we're just gonna put, because that's when stuff started to get really bad. I was one of the lucky ones to be able to catch it before all that, because he came to Orlando in February. And like I said, the world started ending in March, so it was just the nick of time. Like, we knew about COVID, but we weren't doing any of the precautions yet. So I think that was also before I went on spring break. So it was just funny how, like, I went home for spring break and they're like, okay, guys, it's getting serious. So we're just going to take another 2 weeks, to see where everything's going. We'll go from there. 2 weeks later, okay, we're just going to take another 2 weeks, just to see where things are going. It's a little bit bad, but, you guys might be able to come back. 2 weeks later, you know what? Just don't come back at all. Everything's going online. We will tell you when you can come, because I was living in a dorm. So, like, I had to wait for them to let me know when I can go back to get my stuff. I had no clothes. All my clothes were at the dorm. It was just what I brought, which was not a lot. And a few things I left behind. But, I mean, we were stuck in the house, so it's not like it really mattered. But
not
still.
2 years later, jeez. Right? It still feels unreal.
Girl. And we're about to be in 2023. In 3 months. We have 3 months until 2023.
Yeah, I'm forgetting what life was like before as well.
Flash.
Yep.
Woo.
All right, enough of acting like old people. Talking about 30s not in the grave. I feel like it, and I'm not even there yet.
We're not even there yet.
Why do I feel so old already?
But I also feel like COVID has really just, like, affected that as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
we aged 3 times as fast during COVID as we did normally.
Did. Anyway, let me continue.
Yeah.
Okay, so on July 30th of 2020 is when he released his 4th EP, The Other Side. So in an interview, he described the record as a little bit more playful, more upbeat, and brighter than his previous releases. And then Young K, who was a vocalist of Day 6, helped him write 4 of the songs on the EP. I don't remember how many songs are actually on the EP.
I don't know off the top of my head.
I don't know either. I don't remember.
Like 6 or 7 maybe, but at most.
Well, Young K helped write 4 of the 6 or 7 songs.
I don't know which ones he helped.
Or were there 5? I feel like there might have...
I don't know. I know there's
on
more
May
than
20...
7. That's
on May 21st of 2021, he released a single called Echo, which we actually all talked about during our either anniversary episode or We're Back episode. That he collabed with Indian singer Arman Malik and composed by Kashmir. And then on June 4th of last year, it was actually confirmed that his contract with CJE&M over in Korea has expired. So, and I remember he mentioned this at the concert that he is now an independent artist. And I don't think he lives in Korea anymore. I think he moved to LA when his contract was up. I feel like I remember hearing him say that. Either it was through the podcast or at our show. But I don't think Eric lives in Korea anymore.
I feel like I remember him mentioning that as well.
Yeah.
But
I don't remember where, but I know for a fact, I think he said he doesn't live in Korea anymore.
Mm-hmm.
He's back in the States. Okay. So on October 15th of last year, he released the single I Don't Know You Anymore, which is his first independent release, and also released another single, Any Other Way, on November 12th. There and Back Again was actually released, like the whole album itself, on January 7th of 2022. So Eric is actually still on tour, guys. He's been on tour for this album, There and Back Again, since January of this year, January 24th, where he visited a variety of states and cities in North America, Europe, and the UK. So now he is currently doing the Asian leg of his tour. So I think the other day he just finished performing in Hawaii, Australia, I believe if he hasn't already performed in New Zealand, that's coming up soon. The Philippines, Thailand, Singapore, Taiwan, and ending everything in Seoul. So this has been a very long tour for him, almost all year.
Yeah,
thank you again. I know you're never going to listen to this, but I just want to thank you again for coming back to Orlando.
Right.
I hope you can get a bigger venue. I'm glad you were able to sell it out. Maybe I'm just getting too old for standing venues, but like as I was thinking, I'm like, do we even have a bigger venue to where he can perform it? Is that why like K-pop artists don't come here?
I mean, we have the Amway and the it's a football stadium. I don't know if he's. I feel like he could sell out.
The Amway?
The Amway maybe, but what's the other one? What's the one that BTS was going to come to?
Camping World Stadium?
Yeah. That would be a big show, but like, I don't know if we have any in between, like bigger than the one he went to, but maybe not quite as big as the Amway.
Yeah, because when Epic High and Wanna's were here, they were at the Plaza Live, and I don't remember, it's been a very long time since I've been to the Plaza Live, if that is bigger or smaller than the Beachum that he was at, because that's technically like a club that they use for but he also maybe could perform at the Hard Rock and City Walk.
We have lots of places I feel like he could go to.
I don't know, they just hate us. I was telling Brianna this the other day that I was like, you know, it also sucks for COVID because I feel like if it never happened and like BTS was able to successfully come here for Map of the Soul, they would be rushing to come to Orlando. I'm just saying. Or at least Miami. I don't know. But again, thank you for being like one of the few that come and grace us with your presence. It was a great time. And I don't know if you knew about this, Macy, but like he actually had to push back the Asian part of his tour because it was just announced probably maybe 3 weeks. It's been now that he's actually going to be debuting as an actor soon. He's going to be in a psychological thriller film called Transplant. Yeah. Don't know if it's going to go to theaters. Don't know if it's going to go straight to streaming. I will find a way to watch it whenever I can. So excited to see that. And I'm basically done, guys. My throat hurts. Haven't done this in a while. But like I said, if you just want to learn more about him, just look up his interviews that he's done on like YouTube. They're very funny. I've highly encouraged you to go listen to K-Pop Day-Pop with Eric Nam. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a very entertaining guy.
He is. Very entertaining, very funny to listen to. Good music, all that good stuff. That was a struggle.
Are we ready to embarrass ourselves?
Huh?
Are we ready to embarrass ourselves?
No. All right, guys. So like we said, we're doing top 10. This can range from anything. This can be off of any EPs. This can be singles themselves. Macy, I will let you know now. I know you already said you struggled, but there is one specific EP that I really like, and a majority of my songs are from that EP. So that EP only has 5 songs, and I chose 4 of the 5.
Oh, jeez.
On there.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I did more of a spread. Like I tried to go other places and like look for, I don't know.
Girl, I don't know either. Do we need to read out the points that we're doing again? Because I actually forgot.
God. Yeah, I guess so. I always forget for the top 10 games.
Okay, so if you get all 10 correct in the same order, in the correct order from 10 to 1, you're the automatic winner. That is never going to happen, guys. I'm just letting you know now. Yeah. It would take a miracle for that to happen for either one of us. So being on the list is 10 points. And the right order is 20. So like if I guess your number 8 is so-and-so song and it is there, that's 20 points. And then the number 1 is 50 points. And again, at this point, we're not really playing for anything. It's just all fun because we don't live near each other anymore to like do prizes. And there was a certain point where we still were. Yeah, it's just bragging rights because when we were both broke at the time, so we kind of had to stop that
I'm
too.
Still broke. What you're talking about?
Girl, September 1st came. Happy late birthday, Jungkook. And I was like, damn, I gotta pay my bills again? You want rent again? I just paid you last month.
Right? It just keeps occurring. What the heck?
Happy late or early birthday, Namjoon, because it's on the 12th, and I don't know when this episode is going to come out. And shameless plug, stream Sexy Noon Kim with him embalming Tiger for clear skin and feeling sexy. Okay, let's get on to the game, shall we? Sorry. I have to support my bias, okay?
All right. Well, would you like me to guess first? Since you just did all your talking?
Yes, and then when I guess for you, are you going to reveal first and then I reveal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
okay.
do you want me to, you had me write down the albums. Do you want me to say the album after I say the song?
Only do that for the ones that are actually on your list. So you don't have to say that for the ones you guess for me. Mm-hmm. Just the ones that you actually put down that are on your list.
Okay.
All right, Macy. So let's get ready to fail. And right. What do you have for mine?
So for your number 10, I put No Shame. For number 9, I put I Don't Miss You. Number 8, Any Other Way. Number 7, Honestly. Number 6, I Don't Know You Anymore. Number 5, Paradise. Number 4, Down For You. Number 3, You're Sexy, I'm Sexy. Number 2, Congratulations. And I put number 1 as Don't Call Me.
Wow, this is the first where I think you're not as close as you normally are.
I didn't know. I don't know.
It's fine. Yeah. It's okay. We're both going to be like this. So for yours, I put How Am I Doing for number 10. Number 9, I put Admit. 8, I put Don't Call Me. 7, Can't Help Myself featuring Loco. 6, Wander. 5, Wildfire. 4, How You Been. 3, Love Die Young. 2, I Don't Know You Anymore. And 1, I just put Paradise because that was the only song I knew we talked about. But what you said earlier, I was like, I know that's not her number 1. I just don't know what the hell to put. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, fun. All right, tell me how much I epically failed.
So my number.
Did I at least get one?
Yeah, anything you got a couple of them.
Okay, as long as they're on the list at this point.
Yeah.
All right, go on now.
So number 10 is I Don't Know You Anymore.
Damn it.
And that's from the There and Back. It technically was a single first and then There and Back again. Number 9 is Erase. From the Cloud9.
And you know what? I'm really mad at myself because I had that as a contender for your list. No! No! I hate when that happens.
Number 8 is Congratulations. Before we begin.
Congratulations, you're finally leaving. Let's throw a party here tonight and toast to the end of you and I. Congratulations, you finally mean it. Let's throw a party here tonight and raise up a glass to our last goodbye.
Why didn't I think you wouldn't have liked that song.
Mm-hmm.
I think I had that as a contender either. Like I said, there was too many singles. Why can't I say this damn word today?
I don't know.
There were too many songs to choose from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is really hard. Number 7 is Love Die Young. Before we begin.
Stay. Please don't let this love die young. Please don't let this love die young. If I'm gonna lose someone, don't let it be you. Please don't let this love die young. Please don't let this love die young. If I'm gonna love someone, then let it be you.
At least that was on your list too.
Mm-hmm. Number 6 is Stop the Rain from the Interview EP.
Oh, baby, we can't stop the rain. I can take away the pain. 우리는 모든 것을 할 수 있잖아. 저 높이 하늘을 봐요. 멀리 날아가 봐요. 우리를 믿어보면 할 수 있잖아.
I think I also had that as a contender for your list. And I, for some reason, besides the Loco one, I just decided to not put them on your list and just go from everything past 2018.
Yeah. Number 5 is Paradise. The Other Side EP.
Lost in this paradise, 영원 같겠지만 다 지나갈 거야. 'Cause we were born to fly. 눈 감고 그려봐. 지금 여기 떠나. 꿈꾸던 어딘가. Lost in this paradise. Lost in this paradise.
It was going to be on there. I just didn't know where to place it.
I think that's one of the ones I've played too much, but
See, and that was I was like, I'm going to put this as a number 1 and she's going to say I played this too much.
mm-hmm. But once again, I say this every time. Name a song Paradise. It's a banger. I like the beat in the beginning.
Mhm.
Number 4 is How You Been? The Other Side EP.
이 모든 게 꿈인 듯이. How you been? 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 잘 지내고 있겠지. 잠들었니? 어디 있니? 내가 알고 있던
Oh, I got that right.
Yeah, that's the one you got in the right order.
Yay, I got one right in the right order.
Number 3 is Lose You from the Honesty EP.
gotta do. I think I wanna lose you just to find my way back to you. I think I wanna break up just to make it all up to you. I don't wanna let go, but I gotta let go. I think I wanna lose you.
Number 2 is Any Other Way from the There and Back Again.
Wouldn't have it any other way. Oh, any other way. Because wouldn't have it any other way. No, not any other way.
And my number 1 is Wildfire from There and Back Again.
In a wildfire, yeah, we got lost. Ooh. In a wildfire, in a wildfire.
And I have been obsessed with that song since we saw him live because just the lighting in the back when he sung that song, it like was just the singular best live music experience I've ever had.
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you too, because you didn't say that song for my list, and it's on my list as well. And I put it on my list because of when he performed it live, especially those like high notes he was hitting with that song. And I was like, I feel like I'm ascending to the heavens right now.
Yeah.
Like, so I, once you said that, I understand, because that was actually also my contender of putting it on my list. Mm-hmm. It's not my number one, but that's why I kept moving it down, because I remember when he performed it, like, damn, he did a great job performing this live.
Yeah.
Like, take me to church, Eric. Damn. Okay.
Does my list make sense?
It does. I mean, I already knew it was gonna be bad for me. That's why I'm not crying too much. Except for the two. It's just that Erase, man. I knew it. I'm like, I need to start going by my gut feeling.
Also, shout out to Heaven's Door and Love Song on that album too, because I had a really hard time picking between those three.
Off of which album?
Cloud9.
Okay.
All three of those
I just
songs.
need to know for later so I can add them. Because I also put some songs I wanted to shout out that aren't on my list because of our rule and just because I couldn't fit it on there. So
yeah. Also, I really wanted to put How Am I Doing on there as well, but I switched it out for Erase actually.
Damn. And I put How Am I Doing on your list.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So you ready for mine?
Yep.
This is a close race because I really don't know who's going to win. Okay. So for my number 10, I put Runaway featuring Steve James from the Before We Begin album.
If you run away, don't tell me that you want me back. If you run away, don't tell me that you want me back.
I had that one on your list originally, and I took it off.
Did you not say it was on there?
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
No, but I had it originally. I have like a note file on my phone that I was writing all the songs I thought might be right just as I was listening to everything. And then I made my actual list on paper and it's on my note list instead of this one.
Gotcha. And every time I listen to that song, if I like was really still into like drawing and trying to pursue animation, I don't know. I'm just so burnt out from everything right now. But like every time I listen to that song, I always think of like a really cool animation to do with it. Mm-hmm. So we'll see maybe in the future. But right now, like I just don't want to do anything. I just go to work so I can pay bills, come home, and I just want to sleep. So number 9 is Congratulations featuring Mark E. Bazzi or Bazzi, also from the Before We Begin album.
You made it unbearable. The worst part is all my friends know about it before I did. Yeah. The rumors got too loud round town. You was behind my back running round. And don't think I don't know it, girl. That's why I'm sad to see it go. So congratulations, you're finally leaving.
Number 8 is This Is Not a Love Song from the Honestly EP. Just gonna let you know, Macy, that Honestly EP is the one where I said the majority of my songs are.
I only put 2 of them on there.
Okay. Number 7 is Paradise from The Other Side.
Lost in this paradise. 여기서 나가도 아플 땐 아파도 힘들 수 있어도 그래도 떠날래 그래 떠날게 여기서 나가도 아플 땐 아파도 힘들 수 있어도 그래도 떠날래 이제 떠날게.
Number 6 is Honestly from the Honestly EP.
헤어지지
list because
I put 3 of those songs, I guess.
Did you put Honestly on my list?
I did, yeah. I put it as number 7.
Did you know Honestly and No Shame are the same song? It's just Honestly is in Korean and No Shame's in English.
I didn't know that.
Listen to both of them. It's literally the way he's singing it in the background. It's the exact same song. It's just one's in Korean, the other.
Well, at least I know you like it because I put it on there both of those.
Yeah. But since I've been listening to Honestly a lot more, I'm used to hearing it in the Korean. So that's why that's on there and not No Shame.
Mm-hmm.
And then 5 is where I have Wildfire from There and Back Again.
Okay.
So, again, ascending to the heavens.
Mm-hmm.
At first, I think I had Wildfire for like 8 or 9, but like as I kept thinking about it, I'm like, this needs to at least be in top 5.
Yeah.
So number 4 is where I have Don't Call Me from the Honestly EP.
You're in bed and you're lonely, and you're wishing that I fill the space in your room. You should know that it's hard on me, baby. So there's one thing that you shouldn't do. Don't call me. Don't call me.
3 is I Don't Miss You, which is just a single itself. And that is the song where that's the first ever Eric Nam song that I've heard from him.
The truth, I don't miss you. When you go your way and I'll go mine. Let it go, don't look back, you'll be alright. I don't miss you. Don't miss me too. I don't miss you. Don't miss me too.
I thought I mentioned that to you also. We were going to go see him in concert.
Put it on your list, but I didn't know where it would be.
Okay, yeah. It's a good song and just holds some sentiment because, like I said, first song I ever heard, I was like, oh, this is good. But that was before I took a deep dive into his music. Number 2 is where I have You're Sexy, I'm Sexy from the Before We Begin.
3. I knew it was going to be up there.
Listen, it is a great song. What is that part he says in the chorus? If you want somebody on your body, I'll be somebody to you. Like, that is a line. Come on. Oh, that is a line. I love singing that part when it comes up.
I'm sexy. You want me, I want you too. We all need somebody, and that is right here for you. You're sexy, I'm sexy. You want me, I want you too. If you want somebody on your body, I'll be somebody to you. Ooh.
And my number 1, which has been my number 1 since I really got into Eric, is from the Honestly EP, and it is Potion featuring Woody Go Child.
I should have known that. I'm not necessarily your number 1, but I should have put it on your list.
Yeah, I don't think you said it at all.
Mm-mm. It was almost on my list as well. But
Because like I said, especially that song, that is a lot different than all his other songs. So I feel like it's kind of like like a gold nugget in the mind of Eric Nam's songs.
yeah, it's a unique song too. I like it a lot.
Yeah. Every time I hear it, it makes me like, it just get hyped. That potion! And then the chorus.
So. It tickles the right spot in my brain.
Mm-hmm.
But he's just got so many good songs that didn't make my list, but I should have put it on yours.
It's okay. And then the honorary shout outs I wanted to do that didn't make my list, or because it wasn't in the rules, is Cave Me In,
Yeah.
Echo. This one that I came across called Into You, which is Kalasha and Eric Nam, and I didn't know if that counted or not, so I didn't put it down.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or else it would have been on my list.
I kind of stayed away from the feature songs because I wanted to focus on like just him.
Okay, that's fine.
I like that song as well.
Yeah, Body featuring Timbaland. Hold Me. I forgot which. Actually, no, I think that's a single. I don't think that's from an EP. Love Die Young. How Am I Doing? Down for You, and One Way Lover.
Yeah, I had One Way Lover on your list originally, and I took it off. And I do have Down for You, but
yeah. All right, let me calculate this real quick. Wow, this is sad. How many points I have? Okay, who wants to go first?
I mean, I guess I can go first since I've been going first.
Okay.
I got 60.
So we never talked about what happens during a tiebreaker. Because I also got 60. We never discussed this because I don't think I ever thought we would ever end up in a tie. So what now?
Rock, paper, scissors? No.
They wouldn't be able to see us.
Yeah, I know. Gosh, I don't know.
To be continued? I don't know. Wow. I was not expecting this.
Yeah, that was very anticlimactic.
I for sure thought you would have at least beat me by like 5 points or something.
Well, I mean, we don't have a 5, so it's all even. I got 10 points on like everything I got on the list, so
I don't know what to do. I guess we just.
We could try to think of some mini game to play in the next episode, but
okay, because I can't remember. Did we start a new slate, or are we continue off
the
of
year? Yeah.
Yes. Okay, because you already won with Monster X, and now this is a tie. So I wish y'all would like write into us so like someone could be like, "Hey, you guys could do this for a tiebreaker."
Yeah.
Like an email or a comment
for next time.
Okay. So we will do a to be continued with this because really I was not expecting this. Wow. Well, there's a first for everything, guys. And this just shows how special Eric Nam is, you know?
It's really funny.
That is. I just showed both of our level of confidence for the songs, and it's all good, though. It's all good. So, Macy...
I think we're both a little bit dumbfounded. Like, okay, well, what now?
What do we do? What do we say? Good game?
I guess, yeah. I'm not really surprised by your choices. I just wasn't sure what to pick. Like, nothing was like, you know, Black Swan's her favorite BTS song moment, you know?
I still don't understand why that shocks you. Okay. Please tell me why you're so shocked about that.
I don't know. It's shocking to me when Fire and UGG and the ciphers exist. Like,
okay, no, that's your fault. You should have at least known with the cipher.
Just saying.
And we did album by album. We didn't even list like which ciphers out of the 4. So
just saying.
I guess.
It's a great song.
I still need someone from Hybe to put the orchestra version on streaming, please and thank you. It's been 2 years.
Right.
How many more times do I have to beg?
Okay, well, anyway, not to end on a BTS note, but I love Eric Nam. I think he's super funny and talented, and you guys should go listen to him if you don't already.
Yes. And look out for his movie Transplant. I don't know what like how big of a role he has in that, but I mean, just to see him pop up, is going to be awesome. And like a psychological thriller that's going to take some acting. It's not like
Yeah,
a thing
it's
he
not
can get
like a
away with like
comedy.
comedy or something.
Mhm.
So, which I'm sure he can pull off.
Yeah.
I also forgot to mention him and his brothers. I think it's airing in Korea are doing like a little variety thing of them being in Korea. But I don't know what the name of it is. I just remember sometimes seeing clips of it.
Right.
So there's also that.
Mhm.
But it's hard for me to really find a place to watch like Korean variety shows. Like it's easy
Yeah.
for me to find places for dramas, not variety.
Mhm.
So yeah. But Eric's great. If you ever get a chance to see him like in concert, it's amazing. I still won't forget also because we met Brianna, who has been on the show before, and her sister was there, and they had a ginormous sign. I think I posted it on our Instagram where did it say Big Titty Committee?
Yeah.
And it's so, yeah, you guys need to go on our Instagram if you don't already follow us there, because I actually got it on tape where like you can see he's trying to avoid the sign because they're right front and center
Yeah.
and dead. And he's like,
right up front.
and he's like, I cannot read these signs out loud, guys. You're going to get me in trouble.
Mhm.
And it was just funny.
I mean, he started it.
Did he start it?
Well, no, BM did, but
But I think they started it off of K-pop Daebak because
mhm.
BM was one of his very first like
Yeah.
guests on there, and he says it all the time.
Mhm.
But
I'm just saying, he encourages it.
he encourages it, and he's part of it too. Come on now, give yourself
Mhm.
some credit, Eric.
Yeah.
But it's just funny. So if you guys want to see that clip and just other clips from the concert back in March, they're
Mhm.
on our Instagram.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty
And
sure.
look up Wildfire Live so you can experience that with us.
I don't remember if I posted that or not. Did I post that? It's been so long.
I'm sure it's out there. You could Google it, like, or YouTube. I'm sure it's on YouTube.
I'm sure I also embarrassed myself when we met him for like the 2 seconds to get our picture. You didn't really talk.
I didn't really talk. I think I said something about the show being great, but I got really nervous.
It's fine. I mean, because like that's why I'm not the person where like I really don't care to meet celebrities. Because like, what do I say to them?
Mhm.
It's like when I
Thanks for
talk to a normal
coming.
person, nothing.
Yeah.
I'm just as awkward.
Mhm.
So, and I don't know
It's
how
also
some of them are.
awkward 'cause we're still in the age of like, obviously we had to wear masks, so like I was trying to like give him thumbs up, and because I can't smile, like I'm just staring at him.
Yeah.
So
But like, I don't know if I can't remember if I mentioned it a long time ago when we talked about concerts we went to, but I do remember I mentioned like it was sweet because like before COVID, they kind of did like the same group setting where it's like just a bunch of 5 people take pictures with him. And I went by myself. So like I didn't have anyone to take pictures with. So they ended up grouping me with only like 2 other girls instead of the 5, thankfully. I didn't post that picture because I didn't know these people. So, but like there was a point where I was kind of like standing off and he was kind of like, come closer. It's okay. You know, we don't bite. So he made sure I was in the picture, which I appreciated.
Yeah.
So being my shy self.
mhm.
But yeah,
Very nice human.
yes. And I wish him all the success. And I hope he blows up a little bit more in America
Mhm.
because like we know how it is, especially with artists. Because, like, we don't really, besides K-pop, especially in America, we really don't have a lot of, like, pop artists that are, like, Asian.
No.
If you think about it,
Mhm.
on, like, a mainstream type sense. So
Yeah.
I hope he garnishes more fans over here.
Mhm. We do.
Maybe the movie will help a little bit.
Yeah.
And, like, how hopefully they don't just associate him with, like, K-pop. So, another great thing about Eric, if you guys start getting more into him, he's very good at, like, and then I'll be done, talking about just raising awareness of, like, things that are going on in the world. So, like, I know during the election, he talked about some of the political things going on. He's very a big advocate of, like, racism and then, like, racism towards East Asians, especially when COVID was very high and all that
Mhm.
anti-Asian things
Yeah.
were happening. So I think when me and Nafis were talking about the Grammys, I posted an article that he did talking about it. I'm gonna see if I can find it again, and I'll repost it, the link on this episode. But it was very moving. So that's another thing that I really like about him. He brings awareness to like important causes.
Right.
And that also goes into like when he talks about his experiences, even like in Korea, because like, you know, like, of course, we're not Korean, so we wouldn't understand. But like, even for him, like, he's Korean American. So there's still a lot of cultural differences when he was over there, living in Korea, that he had to deal with. And I remember one of the episodes of the podcast where he talked about like how he was always encouraged to like pronounce words more Korean, I guess, to get the audience. So just go listen to him talk on this podcast, guys.
I agree.
Yes. And I'll end it there so I don't keep rambling. And Macy, can you please do the closing because I'm tired of talking.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us on our episode. I know it's been a while, so we appreciate you coming back. If you have any topics that you'd like us to talk about, you can reach out to us on social media. We're on Instagram and Twitter. We also have a email address. I was thinking pod@gmail.com. So thank you so much for listening to us, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you, guys. Follow us on our socials. Bye-bye.
When you go your way.